Hey guys, it's Garnet Blaze, and I should have worked on this video earlier, but you know what? I did finish it, so at least that's something. During the October season, I took on the challenge of creating one drawing every day for a specified prompt. Now usually, others who participate in this challenge tend to create one page for each day. However, I thought that it would stretch my creativity a bit more if I were able to interweave each prompt into a complete story. Reading off the list, I began my October comic, dedicating the day's prompt to each page, a set of 31. Now, I draw almost every day. Maybe once or twice a year I don't get an opportunity to, so that side of the challenge wasn't a hassle. The problem was, my mind prefers to draw what it wants to in the moment, and has trouble sticking to a singular project consistently. That doesn't mean I abandon all my projects, I just jump around working on them. Like this video. Anyways, about a third of the pages are fully inked, but the sketches are intact and are there for your viewing pleasure. There is no dialogue to be read, so I think an explanation wouldn't be overly distracting. The problem with this challenge was to try to get all of these different ideas into one cohesive storyline. How I did this was I took the list and I started making little bullet points detailing what I wanted to happen in the plot. Now, this fish character is actually the pet of the main cast, so we start with this introduction where this fish is going exploring, and then we get to our main cast on, I think, day 8. I was really inspired by the prompt word rodent, and I came up with this idea that there's a pirate ship, and on the pirate ship, the whole crew is made out of rodents, and so it's this rodent pirate ship, and the fish is their pet, so kind of like dog equivalent, I guess. Either way, the fish finds this treasure, this cool sword, gives it to the captain, and the captain is very pleased because they're going to go on an adventure for treasure. Obviously, they're pirates. So I kind of showcase all of the different characters. They're all different kinds of rodents. This one's a chinchilla. There are a few others, like there's a gopher, a hamster, a gerbil. We got a bunch of different rodents, and I wanted to get across their distinct personalities through the movements of their characterization, and trying to show a lot of dynamics within the comics. I have not been professionally trained in comic paneling at all, so I'm just making this all up because I'm not sure, and I don't really go beyond the basic rectangular structure, but hey, that's what works. I kind of think of them as keyframes in an animation, sort of, in a way, where I take the most important moments or the most important shots and I block them out and I try to make them fit nicely on the page together. That was a fun page. Lots of humor is falling. Some pages are more simple, like this one, which is supposed to be an establishing shot, because they're heading to the desert to find the fabled treasure that they're supposed to get. And the squirrel, she gets some armor because there was armor, and I don't know. That's what's gonna happen, I guess, because we gotta fit that prompt. So they head into the desert, and this was kind of an interesting panel. This flag makes me think of my first animation, actually. Good times. I remember that. That was nice. Anyways, so they explore this abandoned tower, right? Pulls this rope. Boom! Rocket! I love that shot with the rocket. I love how it bends to the physics of the movement. And then the lizard people, who apparently are natives of this desert island, start getting their giant fans, because, oh no, someone disturbed the tower. Giant fan to make a storm, I guess. I don't know what I'm thinking. You know, you gotta get really creative, and of course we have the usual mysterious desert lair. Oh no, there's a trap! Oh, yep, Dizzy. That was kind of fun. Get to draw all of the characters wobbling around and falling. More falling. Always fun to draw. I love drawing things that have to do with motion or movement, so that's always fun. This is where the gerbil uses the coral to pick a lock. Again, gotta fit the prompt somehow, so I might as well. They escape, and then they sleep. this was kind of a fun picture showing off a lot of the group members just laying down after finally escaping that stinking tower. And this was an interesting part. So this hamster character, I was thinking he was some sort of rich dude who was just along for the ride on the pirate ship. I'm not sure what he does. But we discover that he has a secret talent for cooking, and so he makes everybody breakfast, and they're all very pleased. Now here, this is kind of a cliche, where they rip the map, gasp, there's another map underneath! And that's where the true treasure lies. It was, yeah, again, it worked with the story, so I went with it. And here is me drawing too many shovels. Shovels I don't practice drawing on a daily basis. I am not very good with inanimate things. I don't very much enjoy drawing inanimate objects, but you gotta practice. Anyways, pet fish returns, cuddle with pet fish. Pet fish is the buddy. So, I was looking at that, and that's how I connected the whole pet fish thing into the plot. Now it's the moment of truth. The moment we've all been waiting for. They unearth the chest. What's inside? It's music. Yeah, again, had to fit the prompt. So they find this old record and they have a nice little dance party because you know what? They've done all this hard work and, you know, depending on what the song is, maybe it's actually worth the whole journey. They lob the treasure into the water and start paddling to their boat. Again, I am not a boat artist. I don't study boats for hours every day. I don't draw boats. Now this panel was really fun to do because it's this big kind of illustrative thing that I was planning where it's just shoe, and it's just a shoe. And I thought it would put a nice little perspective. Now for this, I was really crunching because I think it was actually Halloween. And I had to draw all this before it was over, even though I knew I wouldn't get finished. But I tried. Either way, the adventure ends, and that was what I did for this October season. Now, while I'm glad I actually got to finish the whole story, unlike last year where I have a very, very, very early attempt that never went anywhere, I did the same thing, using the words that I was given and writing a story, and I wrote the whole story, but I didn't get to finish it because distraction. But at least, again, I got the sketch, and I got the whole story finished, although it's not inked, and I would have probably liked that a bit more if it was completely and fully illustrated. However, that just gives more reason to try more next year. And to be a bit more consistent, because actually most of what you saw was not drawn on the day it was intended to be drawn. Probably the first one and the last one are the only ones I can definitely say were drawn on the day of. This is supposed to be a daily exercise, and I was distracted doing my own other daily exercises. So I kind of didn't really complete the point of the challenge, but at the same time I did. It's really odd to figure out where my results lie. What I can say is next year I will try to get a little farther, just like I did from last year's comic to this year's comic. So, I look forward to seeing whatever I do next October. Thanks for watching.